In Uruguay, the candidate for the left-wing Broad Front Party, Yamandu Orsi, has become the new president-elect after winning the election runoff on Sunday. With 100% of votes counted, the country's electoral court informed Orsi obtained 1,196,798 votes, which represent more than 49% of the total cast. For his part, right-wing National Party candidate Álvaro Delgado obtained 1,101,296 votes, for 45%. The win signifies the return of the left party to the Uruguayan presidency. The Broad Front had 3 consecutive terms in office from 2004 to 2019, but was succeeded by the right-wing government of President Luis Lacalle Pou. In his victory speech, Orsi promised to strive for a country where plurality of options be respected and where no one would feel left out. The United Nations Children's Fund warned on Sunday about the unprecedented spike in violence affecting children and adolescents in Haiti. In less than a year, the recruitment of minors by criminal groups has increased by 70%. The agency's studies estimate that half of the criminal groups are made up of minors. The plans imposed by the United States on the Caribbean nation have aggravated violence, generalized poverty, lack of access to education, and the collapse of basic services. According to the UNICEF report, all these causes have fueled the cycle of violence and helplessness of Haitian minors. Meanwhile, in Mexico, the Chamber of Senators announced that more than 10,000 people have registered to participate in the judicial election scheduled for 2025 in the country. The upper house informed in a statement that due to the growing interest, the population of candidacies via email was enabled until the deadline expired. Likewise, the evaluation committee of the different public bodies will evaluate each aspirant to participate in the election scheduled for June the 1st next year. In this sense, such elections are the result of the judicial reform, in which the citizens will elect by popular vote 9 ministers of the Supreme Court of Justice, 5 magistrates of the Court of Judicial Discipline, 2 of the Superior Chamber of the Electoral Court of the Judicial Power, 15 of the regional courts, 464 of the circuit courts, and 386 district judges. Venezuela's parliament holds an intensive information and training session ahead of the elections for judges of the peace to be held on December 15th to consolidate the communal government scheme. The legislators have been deployed across the nation to keep posted the already organized communes about the historical process. In addition, the period for the nominations of judges will be held from Monday through Thursday, November 28th. The electoral commissions of the 5,240 communal circuits in this country will be responsible for receiving the applications and evaluating the suitability of the candidates in accordance with the law. The president of Ecuador, Daniel Noboa, faces a second complaint for gender-based political violence filed with the Electoral Court. The vice presidential candidate Maria Luisa Coelho of the Democracia Sí movement presented before the Electoral Court a lawsuit against President Noboa for offenses suffered by the vice candidate Veronica Abad, suspended from office for 150 days. Furthermore, the denouncer emphasized that this not only affects Abad but also generates a negative precedent for women involved in political activity. It should be noted that this process has already had a first hearing in which both parties presented their affidavits and allegations, notwithstanding the sentence of first instance is pending. In Palestine, the Hamas resistance movement requested support from the international community to stop Israel's crimes and to provide the necessary aid to the Gaza Strip. Local media reported that the spokesperson of Hamas issued statements regarding the latest political developments and the war that has been taking place in Gaza since October 7, 2023. In this sense, the Hamas representative mentioned that the conflict has been going on for 415 consecutive days, being one of the cruelest wars in contemporary history, noting that the lack of action by the Arab and Islamic countries has contributed to the conflict's prolongation. The authority further stressed that Israel has committed numerous heinous crimes in the Gaza Strip, including assassinations,